want Ukraine to win. We want Ukraine to enter 2025 clearly prepared to continue fighting effectively. I think Russia needs to know that Ukraine will remain on the battlefield for that time. And the plan is a good contribution to the discussion on how to achieve that, because that's the only way that we will see Russia begin to consider the possibility of peace. So this is the path to get us to peace, one that is sustainable and just, but it requires that Ukraine be ready to fight. Now, you mentioned specific elements. Those are all a part of a whole. And I think what people should expect is for the next few weeks, we'll have intensive conversations about exactly what Ukraine needs to move forward in the way that President Zelensky's outlined.
So you see that war will continue next year?
Well, look, President Putin has shown no sign that he wants to stop. President Zelensky has said publicly that he's prepared to have discussions with Russia. All we get from Russia is occasional propaganda. And we know that the terms of the peace that Russia would want reflect none of the desires of the Ukrainian people. So this, I think it will be Russia that will decide whether the war continues. The only hope we have of not having the war continue is for Ukraine to be prepared at the start of the year to go through the full year. And that's a lot of our work in the next few months. So Ukraine has managed a very effective long-range fires campaign that's made Crimea a much less effective platform for attacking Ukraine. So that's happened already. Now we're in a discussion of what needs to happen in this next phase of the war, where the fighting is in Donetsk in the east and up around the Kursk salient where Ukraine has moved into Russia. And that's a different conversation. So this is very fresh. I mean, we're talking to the Ukrainians always, but the victory plan was just presented to the Ukrainian people 2 days ago. It was presented to the EU and NATO just yesterday. So this is an area we'll do a lot of work over the next weeks to see what makes sense. We do want to make clear to Russia that what it is doing will be a strategic failure and that Ukraine will win. We are also trying to make clear to Russia that we do not want this to escalate into a larger war. The path we've chosen is to be very transparent and very focused in the support we provide to Ukraine. It's enough for Ukraine so it can use it well and be prepared to take back its territory. That's why we had the strategy in Crimea, and now we're having the same discussion about in the east. And exactly what gets provided changes with Ukraine's needs and capabilities, and we'll continue that discussion. Ultimately, President Biden will decide exactly what's provided for what purposes, but in the meantime, and this is the other bit, we're very focused on making sure that Ukraine has what it needs to defend well.